Have you ever felt like your name fits you too perfectly, as if the very sound of it echoes something ancient and unseen, something that has always been a part of you? This isn't just a coincidence. According to one of the greatest psychological minds in history, Carl Jung, your name, especially its first letter, may be far more than a label. It may be a symbol, a mirror, a map of your psyche. In this video, we're going to peel back the layers of psychology, mythology, symbolism, and science to reveal the hidden meaning behind the first letter of your name and how it connects to your personality, fate, and even your soul's path. We'll explore Carl Jung's revolutionary ideas, his theory of archetypes, the collective unconscious, synchronicity, and individuation. We'll uncover how each letter may represent a core archetype from deep within the human psyche. And finally, we'll journey through practical exercises rooted in Jungian psychology to help you work with your letter and use it as a tool for deep personal transformation. Let's begin with a simple truth from Jung. The name is a symbol, and the symbol gives rise to meaning. Carl Jung. To Jung, symbols weren't just abstract representations. They were psychic forces, alive within the unconscious, capable of guiding, healing, and even transforming the individual. And your name, especially that first letter, acts as a personal symbol charged with archetypal energy. In Jung's theory, there exists a realm beneath our conscious awareness, which he called the collective unconscious. This is where the timeless, universal patterns known as archetypes live. The hero, the healer, the sage, the trickster, the creator, the shadow, and more. Now imagine this. Every first letter of a name can correspond to an archetype. It's not random, it's symbolic. When you speak your name or hear it, it triggers a unique psychic vibration. Your identity becomes anchored to that sound, and over time, you begin to reflect its qualities. Let's look at a few powerful examples. The letter A, the archetype of the initiator or pioneer. People with the letter A are often bold, ambitious, driven to lead or explore. They embody yang energy, assertive, independent, self-starting. But Jung would warn, where there is light, there is shadow. The A may become domineering, overly controlling, or obsessed with achievement. Individuation for this archetype involves integrating vulnerability and learning to trust others. The letter M, the nurturer or healer. M carries the resonance of motherhood, medicine, moonlight. These individuals often feel a deep responsibility for the well-being of others. They're natural counselors, therapists, caregivers. But the shadow? Emotional dependency, martyrdom, or loss of identity through service. The task is to balance care for others with boundaries and self-care. The letter R, the revolutionary or reformer. The energy of R is transformative. These people are often restless visionaries who seek to change systems, rewrite rules, or rebuild broken institutions. But they can also burn out or tear down without rebuilding. Their path is to ground their vision and develop inner peace to match their outer revolution. The letter L, the lover or harmonizer. L represents beauty, balance, connection. Think of the artist who brings opposites into harmony. But Jung would point to the shadow, people-pleasing, indecision, or identity loss in relationships. The journey here is individuation, learning to hold on to the self while loving others. Jung believed that symbols, when contemplated consciously, begin to guide the personality toward wholeness. He called this journey the process of individuation. It's not about becoming perfect, it's about becoming whole. Your name, your first letter, can be a portal into this process. So how can you actually work with this? Let's get practical with Jungian techniques that can help you tap into the symbolic energy of your initial letter. Symbolic amplification. Begin with your letter. Let's say it's D. Ask yourself, what comes to mind? Discipline, drive, duty, defender. Dive into mythology, culture, language. D might remind you of dragons, doors, darkness, or dawn. Write freely. Let associations flow. This is the process Jung called amplification. You're giving voice to the unconscious. Active imagination. Jung's favorite method. Imagine your letter as a living being. Give it a form, a voice, a presence. What does it look like? What does it want to teach you? Dialogue with it in a journal. You'll be surprised what comes up. Dream work. Before sleep, write a question. What does the first letter of my name want to show me? Pay attention to symbols, signs, and messages in your dreams. Jung believed dreams were direct messages from the unconscious, symbols attempting to reach consciousness. Letter meditation. Sit quietly. Close your eyes. Visualize your letter. Breathe into it. Let it fill your mind. What do you feel? What images arise? Over time, this becomes an energetic alignment practice, a way to access the archetype and call its power consciously. Shadow integration. Now turn to the dark side of your letter's archetype. If you're a T, the builder, you may struggle with perfectionism or over-control. If you're an I, the illuminator, you may wrestle with isolation or arrogance. To integrate the shadow, observe it without judgment. Ask, what is this trying to protect? How can I include it in my conscious identity? Let's explore more letters, one by one, through Jungian interpretation. B, the cultivator. Grounded, nurturing, often drawn to work that grows people or ideas. Think of the Earth Mother. Shadow, fear of change, resistance to letting go. C, the communicator, air and water energy, emotionally intelligent, gifted with words. Jung might relate this to the messenger archetype, like Hermes. Shadow, manipulation, inconsistency, surface-level charm. F, the visionary, a blend of fire and water, passionate and empathetic. These are often artists, activists, spiritual seekers. Shadow, burnout, martyrdom, or escapism. N, the navigator, capable of moving between inner and outer worlds like the seeker or explorer. They're often drawn to philosophy, science, or spirituality. Shadow, avoidance, restlessness, or indecision. T, the builder, practical, structured, reliable. They materialize visions into form. Think of the architect archetype. Shadow, rigidity, resistance to emotion. S, the sage, introspective, wise, often called to teach or lead with insight. They carry the quiet weight of knowing. Shadow, detachment, judgment, or emotional aloofness. Jung once said, "Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life, and you will call it fate." By exploring the first letter of your name, you're pulling a thread from the unconscious and weaving it into conscious meaning. Let's take a moment to reflect. If the first letter of your name reveals a core archetype, what does it say about your past? Have you always felt pulled toward a particular path, energy, or role? Do the strengths and struggles of that letter resonate with your experience? What about relationships? If your partner, parent, or friend has a different letter, what does their archetype say about your dynamic? Could the conflict between you be the tension between two archetypes trying to individuate? And what about your career path? Many people find that their life's work reflects the energy of their initial. A G may gravitate to guidance. A K might lead through kinetic action. A W might weave art and complexity. When these symbols are honored consciously, you feel aligned, like your outer life reflects your inner truth. But remember, Jung would remind us not to become possessed by an archetype. You are not your letter. It is a tool, not a cage. Its purpose is to guide you, not define you. As we move toward the end of this journey, let's recap how to work with the first letter of your name using a Jungian approach. Recognize your letter as a living symbol. Explore its archetype and shadow. Use tools like active imagination, amplification, and dream analysis. Reflect on how its qualities appear in your life, relationships, and work. Remember, the goal is individuation, to become whole, not perfect. Your name is not random. It's a symbol chosen in synchronicity, a call from the collective unconscious, a key to your personal myth, and the first letter, it's your entry point, a doorway to your deepest self. So, what's your letter? What archetype are you called to awaken? Leave a comment below with your first letter and the qualities you've noticed in yourself. Let's start a discussion. Let's build a community of seekers, storytellers, and soul searchers. And if this video sparked something in you, subscribe to the Unseen Psyche. Each week, we explore the hidden depths of the mind through Jungian psychology, philosophy, myth, and meaning. Your name is not just a name, it's a story waiting to be told.